Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I just want to share some theoretical knowledge about Kafka. As I mentioned in my earlier video that I have some plan to show you that Kafka process, and I have some extended plan like show you that using Kafka how to do the machine learning uh, end-to-end project. So I will upload these videos in part by part because it's a vast project. Okay, so our today's topic is basic Kafka. Okay, so what is Kafka, why Kafka is required, okay, all about theoretical. Okay, and in following my next video I will show you how you launch a Docker of Kafka, how you design a producer consumer, and all of the concept, basic concept of Kafka. So say that the most important thing of Kafka is communication between applications. Okay, so what happen now normally without Kafka, that say you have an application A and say another application B, and these two are try to communicate with each other. So for this communication they are actually based on say they are using basically REST call, or say they are using TCP call, or so many different others. Okay, similarly say I have another application, say A dash, and it's try to communicate with B dash, and for communication also it's depending on some protocols. Okay, now when this communication is happening, it's actually uh, increase the connection load. Another thing is, if there is another application, if I try to introduce say C and it's try to communicate with D, again it's depend on some protocols. Okay, so what happened then, it's actually increase the connections or communication. So it's basically create a load over the communication channels. Okay, so it's typically problematic. Another thing is that maintaining each and every port for this communication, say it's run over port A also, say run over port A, it's run over port B, and this is run over port A dash, and it's B dash, and here is C, and here is D. So you have to maintain all of these ports also. Okay, so it's really complicated to maintaining all of these ports, and it's also increasing the load. So to overcome this problem actually the Kafka is introduced. Now say how Kafka help us. Okay, say I have applications, say I have this application, so I have so many applications, it's 1 2 3 4, and here I also have some different applications, say A, B, C, D. So many others applications are also here. Okay, now if I introduce a Kafka, using a single Kafka channel, they can communicate with each other without any problem. So say it's a Kafka channel, so they are communicating easily with each other, and for that you don't need to maintain any port or anything. You have to know the broadcast IP and port, and another thing is that topic. Say this A and B are communicating over topic A by 1. This B and 2 are communicating over topic B by 2. C and 3 are communicating over C by 3, and this 4 by D. So using this topic, they can easily communicate with each other. Okay, only one thing is important, that so for sorry, so for communicating they need a topic, they need basic IP of this basic IP for broadcast is actually Kafka broker. So now in A, say I want to pass a message and which is in a JSON format. Yeah, another important thing is format. Okay, in Kafka you can easily pass any kind of format. You don't need to maintain a specific kind of format. Say like in REST you need to pass a JSON only, but here in Kafka you can easily send any kind of format. Okay, so I am actually passing a JSON format data. Now my application 1 need to consume this JSON data, and based on this it need to do some DB operation. So it can do easily. Okay, so what I need, actually I need a Kafka producer here, and here I need a Kafka consumer, and both of these actually produce a message, a JSON over a specific topic, and this JSON is consumed by this consumer, and it's all time looking for a specific topic. These two topic must be same, or we can do that it's dynamic, but we can easily create dynamic topic, but it should be maintain a pattern. Okay, say like you have a product ID. Okay, so this is your product ID, and you want a full-on operation over your product ID. So you create a topic based on product ID, and also you can add underscore say save. So this product ID become numeric, say it's 1111 underscore save. So this 111 underscore save become a Kafka topic. Now what happened? Now our consumer actually looking for some of the, I think this is good. So this topic is 1111 underscore save. Now in consumer side, what happened? A consumer is looking for a topic which start with anything but end with save, or say save 1111, that kind of, that might be a topic. So it will looking for save, start with save and underscore and end with like save underscore star. So whatever in this star, it can consume it. Okay, so we can easily do that. So this is one of the part of Kafka, but you can also use Kafka as a streaming process. So what actually happened in streaming, that we can also check. Now say that how we do a streaming process. Say you have a, say you have a file. Its size is say 30 MB, and you need to stream this file over a network, and it will receive it stream from A, and the destination target folder is B. target application is B. So you need to send this file from A to B. So for that, what you actually need, you need to divide it, this file, over a chunk and continuously send it to B. So it's simply the file is sent to B. So it's a basic process of doing some streaming over Kafka. So those are the basic thing. Okay, so those are the basic thing. Okay, so first it reduce inter-application communication hazard. Second, it's support all kind of communication data format like JSON, binary, so and so. Third, we can use Kafka as message queue. That's actually our first example. They are communicating and passing messages. And fourth, we can stream data over Kafka. So all these four are the basic uh, fundamentals of Kafka. So in my next video, I'm gonna share some Python programs to communicate with Kafka. Not a normal prototype. I actually try to design some application. They are communicating through Kafka. Yep. One of the important thing that uh, you can combine some other communication process with Kafka, like REST and Kafka, or you can create some Kafka worker. So I will show you the all of these in my next video, detailed video. I hope you enjoy that video also. If you like this video, please like and subscribe my channel. I'm continuously trying to share some of the good topic and good technology stack with all of you. So see you on my next video. I will explain the end-to-end Kafka applications. Bye. Take care.